Alright y'all, so the last time we left off, Bonney, the king of Sorbet Kingdom, was treating all of the people that was from the south like trash. KUMA and the others wasn't going for that, so they stepped in and stopped them from doing that, which led to them getting locked up. Luckily enough, the freedom fighters came and stepped in and was able to put all of Bonney's evil plots and plans to an end. Now like I did that, huh? After that, both KUMA and Jenny ended up joining the freedom fighters, which then later on became the Revolutionary Army. A few years later, that's when something really bad happened. Jenny ends up getting kidnapped and the news spreads to both KUMA and Dragon. Also, y'all bear with me, I'm kinda tired while making this episode, so like if I sound like, you know, off. After that Sanji video I made, I barely got no sleep in between that time, so like y'all gotta bear with me. Anyways, so the episode begins at the Revolutionary Army headquarters, and if we take a look inside, we see that everybody there is in shambles. Why? Because the rebels in Tumi are becoming outnumbered, which means they need backup. But you see, the thing with that is they won't be able to provide backup because they're carrying a lot of injured people from Goa Kingdom right now. Since that was the case, KUMA was like, you know what, I'll just go by myself. But Ivankov was like, nah KUMA, you been reckless since that day, which that triggered something in KUMA's head, immediately making him take off. Once KUMA made landfall, he didn't waste no time at all. He started giving these motherfuckers the work. Although he was doing this, he wasn't in the right mind. He found out Jenny got kidnapped all because of a celestial dragon had his eyes on her and he wanted to make her his wife. If a celestial dragon wants you, they would travel to the ends of earth just to get you. That is crazy. And I'm pretty sure Jenny didn't want to have sex with the celestial dragon. So what you think he did? I'll let you answer that yourself. Also, the people that Jenny was with, it turns out they all got wiped out by an unexpected raid. So yeah, it wasn't looking good for them. Mind you, as KUMA fighting these people, he's not even thinking straight for real, because what happened to Jenny is all he could think about right now. Eventually, he finished it all off with a Urza shot, completely wiping them all out, which led to their victory. They all was celebrating, but KUMA felt nothing. Dragon, it's me. I'm tired. I'll take a ship home. 2 years has passed since then what happened to Jenny, and after those 2 years we see that Jenny is still alive, but unfortunately she's not doing well. Not only that, she also has a baby now, and that baby name is Bonney. By the way, I know y'all noticed all of these blue stones on Jenny. We'll get to that in a second, but for now let's continue. Ivankov rushes in and tells KUMA that they got a call from Jenny. Both Ivankov and KUMA tells her hi. She tells both of them hi back, but when she told KUMA specifically hi, you could tell something wasn't right. She tells him that she's back into the lower world. Both Ivankov and KUMA was relieved and happy that she was still alive. Eventually, that happiness would soon get turned into sadness. Jenny tells them that she got sick, which made them have no use for her and they discarded her, basically kicking her out. KUMA was like, sick? What you mean by that? Jenny tells him that she wanted to see all of them, but this is me just saying goodbye. KUMA tells Jenny, what are you talking about? I thought I would never see you again. Then he asks for her whereabouts. As Jenny drops to the ground, barely being able to speak, tells KUMA, I'm sorry. KUMA-chi, I'm dying. It won't be long. Once she said that, KUMA started bursting out crying, saying, why? I'll save you. I'll leave now. As the tears just keep coming, Jenny tells him, I appreciate your kindness, but don't ever come see me. Eventually, KUMA goes to the only place that he thinks she will be at. And as he was doing that, Jenny tells Ivankov to take care of him. But her last final breath, she say, KUMA-chi, I will always love you. As we see KUMA rushing to her side instantly. Look how quick he made it there. That devil fruit ain't no joke. But anyways, as he rushed to her side, it was already too late. The old people ends up filling in a blank telling us what happened to Jenny. So basically when Jenny gets exposed to natural light, her skin turns blue and hard like stone. Unfortunately, that's all we really know. As KUMA was holding Jenny, all he can do is reminisce about all of the good time he had with her, which triggered him to break down and start crying. Holy bro, I'm not gonna lie. I was fighting the tears back. I'm not gonna even hold y'all. If we talking about taking L's, that's all KUMA been doing. It's sad to say this, but his whole life just been a fat L with just a small bit of happiness. One of my main reasons of watching One Piece is because it makes me happy. But these past weeks has low-key been depressing, I'm not gonna cap. But not all hope is lost yet because Jenny leaves KUMA with something very precious. Bonney. Kuma will soon begin to raise her like a daughter of his own and make sure that she's always safe, like a father's supposed to do. It's easier said than done. He didn't even know how to feed her right at first, but eventually he started to get a hang of it. We next see little old Bonney crawling away while Kuma over here stressing. He took his eyes off her for a second, and before he even knew it, she was right here. As the days go by, Bonney begins to take her first steps, but not only her first steps, also her first word. I'm not gonna lie, this part actually had me smiling. Look at Kuma, so happy to be called that. Next they show us a flip book as the years go by, as we see Bonney gets older. Look how good of a father Kuma was. He made sure that she was sleeping good all the time and eating good, while also balancing it out with his work. We even get to see little Sabo for a second, but as time goes on, we notice that Bonney has that same blue stone that her mother had, which isn't a good sign. So that's why once Kuma noticed that, immediately he started boarding up the windows, shutting out any natural light that may come inside the church. Kuma's friends was asking him why he was doing all of that, but once he showed them Bonney, Mins was like, that's the same blue stone that killed Jenny. But before he could finish the sentence, Kuma was like, bro, shut up about that. Like, for real, you really gonna say that in front of Bonney's face? Like, that's crazy. Although she really don't know what's going on for real, but still. After that, Kuma friends ran to go get a doctor, but none of these doctors was on nothing for real. Dude really said, let's take her out and see. Like, is you trying to kill her? And this lady couldn't help her either, so yeah. Kuma ended up telling Dragon that he has to leave the Revolutionary Army. And Dragon was like, hey, you do you. We'll ask doctors around the world and see what they know about it. Some time has passed and now Bonney is 5 years old. Not only that, she's starting to build her own little personality now, scaring these little kids away, mother like daughter. But they deserve it anyways because they was making fun of her, calling her a vampire and all of that stuff. We get this legendary middle finger scene that Toei left out. I feel like they could have added that. It wouldn't did no harm, but hey, it is what it is. They still was talking crap about her, so she kicked one of them and made them leave, which was well deserved. Afterwards, Kuma come rushing in worried about Bonney because how close she is to the door. Bonney tells him he's just a chick and she was just joking around. Kuma was like, well, nah, don't do it even as a joke. Bonney was like, alright, I don't want to make you sad. After that, Kuma started hugging her and all of that. Bonney calls bro a crybaby. Hey, no way. We next got to little upset Bonney. And the reason why she was so upset is because those little kids was making fun of her because of the stones on her face. She asked Kuma, is it ugly? But it's a disease, so it's nothing she could do about it. Kuma tells her those are jewels. They just hating because they want them and they look beautiful. That's how she got the name Jewelry Bunny later on, if y'all didn't know that. But yeah, when Kuma said that, that made her smile. We got to nighttime and Kuma asked Bonney if she was well, where would she like to go? She tells him the Sky Island and shows him a book about it. She says Sky Island is closer to the sun, so maybe they'll see Nika there. That's something you can look forward to. That had Kuma thinking of Nika, which made him start doing a Nika dance. Not too long after, Bonney followed along. Later on, we got to this doctor telling Kuma that any type of natural light will cause this disease to spread. But that's not even the worst thing about it. Bonney won't even make it to see her 10th birthday. Yo, this man Kuma can't have shit. Y'all see what I mean now? Bonney ends up waking up and tells Kuma that she heard something about 10 years old. But that's good because that's the only thing she heard. Poor Kuma had to make up a lie to her and tell her that the doctor said that she gotta wait until she's 10 years old for the disease to get away. Wait, get away? Y'all get what I mean. Another year has passed and the same thing that was happening in the Sorbet Kingdom is happening again. This ugly fuck just don't learn. He said he will burn the people and drag down the country alive. And the episode ends there. This is crazy, bro. Kuma ain't getting no justice and it just get worse and worse and worse and worse until we know what eventually happens to Kuma. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think about the episode, man. Let me know y'all thoughts. Also check out that Sanji vid if y'all haven't yet. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel with noties on. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.